What's happening, guys? Chris Manson G here. Today, let's talk about the top 5 cards we are losing in this set rotation. The set rotation is now out. Check the Pokemon website if you're wondering what has been lost in full. But today I'm just going to be talking about the 5 cards that we are losing that will impact the meta in such a strong fashion. So let's begin then, shall we?
Number 5.
Let's start off with number 5. It is Lysander. Lysander is near enough a win condition in Pokemon. It is the supporter version of a Gust of Wind. If your opponent thinks that their Pokemon is chilling nice and safe on the bench, wrong. Lysander it out. Take the 2 prizes of a Shaman or a Tapu Lele or any weak EX/GX and just turn the game completely around in your fashion. Lysander is an extremely strong card. The only reason why it is on number 5 as opposed to 2 or 1 is because it actually has a direct replacement coming out in Burning of Shadows in Guzma. Although Guzma does not do the same thing as Lysander, some people argue it is actually in fact better. So that is the reason why Lysander is only at number 5 as opposed to higher up.
Number 4.
Next up in the list we have Forest of the Giant Plants. This card single-handedly boosts up the grass decks like the CGI Vileplume up to extraordinarily competitive tier levels simply because you can play out the CGI or a Vileplume on your very first turn, which is extremely powerful. We are losing this card with seemingly no direct replacement. You can play stuff like Wally or Evo Soda or just rare candies, specifically just Turbo into your CGI or Vileplume. However, the deck is still slower. There is definitely no replacement for what Forest of the Giant Plants can do for you. The stadium just delivers so much advantage to the player, so it definitely is a big loss. I will definitely shift the meta when it goes, with the CGI decks maybe taking quite a hit, significant enough hit where it'll drop out of the competitive scene. Maybe there is a Golden Spot variant of it, but that is for a different video.
Number 3.
For number 3, we have Hex Maniac. Again, with Forest of the Giant Plants, there is no direct replacement for this card. This is just the splash in any deck, Pokemon Power Negation that is just really good first turn play against any deck. You set up, you can then Hex Maniac and negate your opponent's Lele's, Shaman, obviously Shaman is going out, but just Vileplume, the CGIs, just loads of Pokemon powers that you can think of, they will be negated, especially like the new Gardevoir coming out. Just so many cards to negate. Hex Maniac will be a large loss for the competitive scene because outside of Garbodor, Garbotoxin, there's no real competitive way to negate Pokemon powers, so I do believe that will have a massive impact on the game.
Number 2.
For number 2, we have Shaman EX. What could I say about Shaman that cannot already be said, or has not already been said, sorry. The card is monstrous, a fantastic Ultra Ball target, a really good Pokemon fan club target, just really good, delivers so much advantage. The downside to it is obviously it's very weak HP, lack of good attacks. Sky Return is okay, it does have synergy obviously with its Pokemon power, however it's not the real hard hitting attack that sort of similar Pokemon like Tapu Lele have. So Shaman did have its weaknesses, however it was near enough a staple at every single deck. The reason it probably not played as much in the competitive scene right now is because it was a surefire to get rotated out, so perhaps people were testing without it. They wanted to sell their Shamans off ASAP so they could cash out, rather than the card actually not being competitively viable. There were other variables to its lack of appearances. However, Shaman is a fantastic loss to the meta. Being able to draw so many cards is just really good. So that is why I placed it at number 2.
Number 1.
And lastly, for the number 1 card we are losing in this set that cannot be replaced seemingly is of course VS Seeker. VS Seeker is just one hell of a card, being able to recycle all your supporters, which gives you the ability to play less numbers like Lysander or one-off Hex Maniacs, because you have the VS Seeker to get them back. So you're effectively playing up to 4 more copies of any supporter card that you have, which just give deck building a bigger edge essentially, because now with the loss of VS Seeker, you're going to have to look for very subpar replacements or play more supporters to balance it out to still have you playing more copies of supporter cards. However, this does not take away the fact that VS Seeker allowed you to play less physical copies of replacement supporters, or without actually needing to play the supporters themselves. So VS Seeker is a huge loss that I believe will shift the meta in, I don't want to say a negative fashion, but it will definitely make that building far harder. We'll have to play stuff like Puzzles of Time or more Tabi Leigh, more copies of the supporters that will then clutter heavily. So that was VS Seeker at number 1. Well guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment what you think your top 5 is. But I'm just here to announce that we have a giveaway going on our Facebook page. Link will be in the description as always. When we reach 1500 likes, it will trigger the giveaway and will be announced on the page. But this specific YouTube channel has its own giveaway to celebrate the launch of the separation of the channels into Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic. We will be giving away 1 Sun and Moon treasure chest to 1 lucky subscriber. All you have to do is like the page, subscribe to the channel, and you will be immediately entered into the giveaway, and we will message the winner after the giveaway closes in about 2 weeks time. So it is in your best interest to subscribe to us for more content, more giveaways. But for now, this is